lowest grade I could probably survive on is anything that's considered passing. A D, a C. It's gone down greatly just because of the kind of burnout I've had.
A B is a very average grade for any average person, so then once it drops to a C, I'm like, oh, I need to work harder and this needs to be fixed.
I've had my B's and C's. The lowest grade I've ever had on my whole transcript is a C. Everyone needs to have such high grades. I could have gotten into it perfectly fine if I didn't have straight A's.
My parents never really pushed me to take the classes I have, mainly because they've always wanted to keep me give me that freedom, but I've always felt that I needed to push myself further as far as I could to kind of make them proud of me.
It's a lot of pressure because you're constantly looking at colleges and your grades and all of these things, and people are putting a lot of pressure on, well, what do you want to do once you leave this space? But it's very difficult for me because you are very youthful, you have your entire life ahead of you, but again, there's so much pressure on planning that out and being successful and making money and doing all these things.
I'm not sure if I make my family proud.
I want to live up to that standard. I want to make my family proud, and I'm if I don't go to that or beyond that, then it's very standard, and it's what is there to be proud of? I wasn't prepared for the challenge of being virtual, and then it just hit so fast that I wasn't prepared for it.
Throughout all of that year, alongside some personal mental stuff, I really declined. And since then, I've been about an average student.
I feel unless you experience burnout, you don't really know what burnout is.
Burnout looks like a loss of motivation.
I know that I can do them, and I know that I should be able to do them, and I know that I should get it done. I know it's in my best interest, but I just I don't have the energy.
Burnout isn't an option. I'd argue that laziness is, and when people try to label burnout as laziness, it's very invalidating to the people who are experiencing the burnout.
Feeling stuck in a sort of limbo of not really being able to act on anything. You know you have to do stuff, you know it's super important, but you still can't find the willpower to get up and actually do it.
There's just a lot of standards, and I feel the standards are what causes the burnout itself.
It's very hard to look at things and say, okay, these feelings are valid, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing what I can with it, and this is the most that I can do. I'm trying to push myself to do more all of the time, and it's very difficult because sometimes it's there's nothing more that I actually can do.
My parents are kind of not very reactive with how they kind of show they're proud of me.
If people don't expect you to be all this high level stuff and have these super high grades and be super smart, then it's not a letdown whenever you don't.